South China Morning Post, 30th of September 2022, a study found that in Hong Kong, half of the food couriers who are from ethnic minority groups are discriminated against. China has some of the world's worst racist and xenophobic attitudes. They mistreat people everywhere they work, including in their own country. According to a poll, about half of food delivery couriers from ethnic minority groups said they face discrimination at work in Hong Kong. One responder said he was called dirty and a disease-causing agent. The study, which came out Friday from Lingnan University, talked to 106 people who serve food. About 89% of those who answered were from an ethnic community, and 50% said they had been discriminated against. Most of them were from Pakistan or India or had dark skin. The people who were interviewed also said they had been the victims of racially aggressive acts, such as being put down and made fun of, using foul language, or both. Peter, a survey respondent who asked to remain unnamed, said that racial discrimination had gotten worse during the coronavirus pandemic. He gave the example of people not wanting to stand next to him or calling him dirty and a source of viruses in Cantonese. "I brought this order to a building with a family with a wife, a husband, and 2 children. He yelled at the kids, 'Get away, get away.' As soon as they saw me," he said, "the disease is coming, and it's dirty." Peter has worked for a food delivery service for about a year. "I was unfortunate. I have no idea how to explain how I feel. It's like I'm not the one who is sick or anything. They are so scared, even though I'm wearing a mask. So is it the sickness, or is it because I'm a member of a minority group?" The delivery worker said that other times, people got out of lifts right away when he walked in. Peter said that kind of behavior was coarse and noted that racial discrimination at work had made him feel more stressed. The survey's lead researcher, Professor Lisa Leung Ming, a cultural studies scholar at the university, said the study also showed that food service e-platforms were hard for workers from ethnic minority groups to use. Leung said some apps didn't have a translation feature, even though addresses and customer reviews were sometimes written in Chinese. Non-Chinese people who bring food sometimes ask their coworkers for help if they can't find the address. A lot of the people who run the Chinese food business can help. All they have to do to find the address is use their translation app, she said. Of course, there are times when they went to the wrong place and had to pay for it. Many people from ethnic minority groups told researchers they didn't know what kind of job contract they had. Also, 44.7% of people from those groups said they didn't have insurance or didn't know what type of coverage they had. The numbers, according to Leung, showed that false self-employment was a big problem among food carriers from ethnic minorities. She also said that how they pay for insurance now had stopped them from negotiating for better coverage. Sometimes, even if they know they have insurance, they don't bother with it because, if they are really in an accident, it takes them 2 or even 3 years to get their money back, she said. "I believe that their coworkers came up with this idea, meaning they must pay for their medical bills." Over 100 Foodpanda food drivers went on strike for 2 days in November to protest changes to how they are paid. Even though the riders didn't get a pre-delivery guarantee, they were happy with the company's promises to raise pay and fix annoying problems with the platform that controls their workday. On the other hand, Leung asked the Labor and Welfare Bureau to keep a closer eye on the self-employment system because it encourages abuse by companies. He also suggested that the food delivery industry should be regulated to ensure that there are more precise ways to figure out salaries and that workers are safe at work by giving couriers contracts and traffic insurance. The Equal Opportunities Commission should also look into whether there is a pattern of discrimination in the field. She also said the public should be taught to be more sensitive to racial issues.